Looks like we are live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 59 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 Million. I've been working this morning on getting our BridgeMind Hackathon up and building some of the structure over on BridgeMind.ai for our hackathon. A video is about to go out on this. I actually was just working on it, but I decided, hey, I'd just go live and kind of finish it up with everybody as we kind of work on this. But essentially, I'll just kind of let you guys know now. So next week, starting November 3rd, we are going to be doing a BridgeMind Hackathon. So this is where you can find bugs to earn points and compete for $500 in prizes. So as you guys can see, first place will get $250, second place will get $150, and third place will get $100. This is going to be moderated by some of our moderators in chat. But let me do a couple things on my end to get the stream up and running. Volt Vibes, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. I'm going to do a couple things, and then we'll get started. But yeah, give me 1 second, guys. I need to do a couple things on my end, and then we'll get it going. There we go. All right. But yeah, so this is the BridgeMind Hackathon. Really excited to do it. You know, it's a way for me to be able to give back, and also, you know, as we transition to this launch, super excited to be able to do that. But let me do a couple things on my end to get the stream going, and then we'll get started. Today, we're going to be obviously working on ViewCreator. And after we did this refactor, you know, as you guys know, we have a long-term vision here. And this is a process where, you know, I am learning along with you guys on how to build a product and then also to be able to market the product. And, you know, I think that, you know, it's important that, like I always talk about, it's like, hey, you have to just continue to make progress every day and just focus on doing what you can each day to be able to make progress. And, you know, I feel like that's what we're doing. The Awakened, how's it going? The desk setup, I can show you that on this stream. Yeah, Volt Vibes, it's, yeah, you can't sign up on BridgeMind. Samuel with Code, how's it going? Appearing, what's up, man? Yeah, so I just want to announce to you guys, so I was making a video, that's why I was a little bit late to the stream, because I was making a video, and I actually had to build the logic for this. But you guys can now go to BridgeMind, and BridgeMind is launching in early November, so this is where you're going to be able to learn a little bit more about vibe coding, and I'm going to be teaching more specific kind of like lessons. So for example, there's going to be a course on vibe coding a Stripe setup and a Stripe integration with webhooks and stuff. So that's just one example of some of the courses that are going to be going into BridgeMind. And again, that's launching early November, and then there's going to be courses that come out every week. But guys, if you go to BridgeMind.ai, there's now a hackathon. And if you click join now, you can enter your Discord username, and you can then actually you know, enroll in this program. It's going to be a hackathon that's starting on November 3rd to November 10th. $500 in prizes. I am going to make a video on this. I already did. I was having some issues with ViewCreator, the ViewCreator thumbnail generator, and we're going to be going over, obviously, ViewCreator. I kind of have our vibe coding set up here behind me, but I just wanted to touch on that briefly. There's a link in the description below, and it's going to track through leaderboard, so I can see that already one of you guys already did sign up. EO Remix. So, you know, just put in your Discord username, and you guys will show up here. So, yeah, EO Remix. This must be Imperium. But yeah, so make sure you guys join. That's going to be starting on November 3rd. And essentially how it's going to work is it's related to ViewCreator. So this week, you know, we're going to be polishing up some bugs, but as soon as we launch, you know, we're launching with this UGC program. And, you know, what I'm trying to do is, as I have been, you know, on this mission, there's been certain obstacles that have allowed me to see a way into the market. And what we're doing is we're going to be using ViewCreator to market ViewCreator, and we're going to be building the UGC program, as you guys know. And we're going to be working on that this week, and we're going to be solving bugs this week, and we're building infrastructure this week. And then the plan is that before November 3rd, I'm going to ship all of that. And then we're going to start the BridgeMind Hackathon. The BridgeMind.ai platform is going to launch. So we're going to spin up a revenue source from BridgeMind.ai. And then we're also going to start really, really pushing ViewCreator. Okay, cool. So yeah, and yeah, Linux, could you drop the Discord link and I'll pin it in chat. But if you guys haven't already liked, make sure you like the stream. We're going to be going for a couple hours today, making progress. There was one error that I actually was trying to fix, that I need to fix. And I'm going to take a look at it here just while I'm on the stream, because I was essentially working on it, and I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to figure this out. So, well, I am going to figure it out, but maybe it was going to take me about 15 more minutes. And I just want to talk to you guys about it. So, you know, basically the issue that we were having is, you know, the BridgeMind thumbnail generator is currently down, and there's a lot of other things on ViewCreator which is currently down. So for example, I said, hey, create a thumbnail similar to this one, and unfortunately it's not actually attaching the image in the upload request, and when it doesn't attach the image, then it's going to use a different model. It's just going to use the standard Nano Banana model. So let's actually see. So yeah, so we do definitely have some problems here that we're going to need to fix. So let's take a look at that. Was it okay. Now I am getting this error. Fix this. Yeah. So we got plenty of work to do today. Gonna make some more progress. But yeah, let me pull up chat. Yeah, I'm Eric here. Let's grind. All right, thank you, Linux. Let's. I'm gonna toss that in there. Thank you. All right. All right. All right, so let me pin the Discord link in chat. Venom Studio, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. All right, thanks, Linux. All right, so we need to fix this. Yeah, really just there's a couple things that in this refactor that we did kind of break. So that's why it's like, hey, you know, there is a lot to do whenever you're building a system that is, you know, needs to be scalable. You know, we're not just building one feature. We have a lot of different tools that we're working on. But guys, like I said, you know, we have a long-term vision. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get this. All right, let's see here. All right, so what is going on with this YouTube thumbnail generator? So let's take a look. So it said that it fixed it. So let's try again. So we're just gonna upload, because essentially how this works is, you know, you have, when you're doing image generation, essentially you have two models, and I'll actually pull up fal.ai so you guys can see the difference, because it is very straightforward. So if we go over to fal and we go over to, I'm just gonna do explore, and then I'm gonna go to, all right, let's just go over here and I'm gonna go to Nano Banana, all right? So Nano Banana. So with Nano Banana, it's very interesting because you essentially have two different options to be able to generate images. You have image editing, and then you have text to image, and the differences are significant, especially for something like a YouTube thumbnail generator, which it looks like we did finally fix this. So, so we did fix that, but you guys can see, so I did the same prompt, right? But this one was using Nano Banana, this one was using Nano Banana Edit. So when you use Nano Banana Edit, you're able to upload reference images, obviously. And when you don't use Nano Banana Edit, you know, you're not using that. So you get hugely different results. Like Nano Banana, if you don't provide a reference image, like look at how bad this is, you know? Well, I did say create a thumbnail similar to this one, so I didn't really give it a good prompt, but you know, once you have that in there, it's pretty good. Danush, Satoshi, how's it going? Santosh, how's it going? XLI, welcome, good to see you. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to use, first of all, we need to update this. But like I said, just as people file in here, so we have a very, very important announcement. I'm gonna make a video on it for people that missed the stream, but the BridgeMind Hackathon is now live. So it's going to be from November 3rd to November 10th. And you're going to be able to find bugs, earn points, and compete for $500 in prizes. So first place is going to get $250, second place is going to get $150, and then third place is going to get $100. So this is going to be managed by 2 moderators in our Discord. So to be able to join, to register, you're just going to have to go to bridgemind.ai/hackathon, or go down, there's a link in the description below. You enter your Discord username, you join the BridgeMind Discord server, you create an account on ViewCreator.ai for free, and then you can report bugs in a new channel, the ViewCreator Hackathon channel. So shout out to our moderators because they're going to be helping me moderate this event. Essentially, bugs will be worth 1 to 3 points based on severity. Moderators will award points in the BridgeMind Discord and maintain a scoreboard. And then that scoreboard, like if I go to leaderboard here, I can now see that we have 4 people signed up for this, and we're essentially going to be competing in this. So right now, it's just kind of listing, one by one for how many people. So a couple of you have already enrolled in this, but yeah, J35 will probably win. Yeah, XLI, I had to manage some stuff on my end related to, essentially, as you guys know, I kind of withdrew from my semester at Purdue. So I'm, had to have some conversations with my professors just on, hey, how am I gonna be able to finish out this semester while not having to attend classes, pretty much, because they know what's going on. They know that I am essentially a business owner, and they know that I'm grinding. So they're very respectful. They've all been able to work with me pretty well. So I feel very blessed to have the professors that I have, and have the opportunities that they've given me to be able to pass. Oren said that he will register. Thank you, Oren. Com, how's it going? So I am gonna make a video on this. I actually did have a video. So for example, and I'll actually just show you guys like what this looks like. So if I go to ViewCreator, what I was working on in ViewCreator before I started the stream, I actually use ViewCreator for creating my YouTube stuff. So here, I just downloaded the transcript, so I can now download this transcript, right? And now this is the transcript of the YouTube video. So, like, this is the YouTube video I made, right? And you guys can look at this. And this was made using ViewCreator. And what's nice is, we're able to then use the description generator. But the problem is that right now, and we're going to be fixing this today, but even our transcript generator or our description generator is actually down. So we have a decent amount to update. Ryan, good morning. XLI said, looks fun. I will join, no third. Danush, you just entered. You can go to bridgemind.ai/hackathon. The link's in the description below as well. But you're able to put in your Discord username. And then essentially we'll be able to keep track of your points. So you can just go here and it has all the information there. So that's going to be really exciting. And this is just a way for me to be able to give back to you guys. Obviously, this community has helped support in many ways. So this is a way for me to be able to give back to you guys. And I'm really excited for it. So with that being said, I actually do need to essentially create the thumbnail. So I'll just show you guys how this works in ViewCreator. And this is the best thumbnail tool on the market by far. Like 100%, I was using vidIQ before I started to use ViewCreator. And the ViewCreator thumbnail generator is very, very good. So essentially all I have to do, okay, so I'll show you this, so watch. So to create a thumbnail, right, and I'll just show you a little bit about, like I have a video that's going live. Let me find it real quick and just show you guys essentially this video. So you guys can see, like, just from my perspective how all this works. So here's my video that I made before this. It's just like, I think 2.5 minutes. Hello, everyone. So I just wanted to make a brief video here announcing the BridgeMind Hackathon. So this is essentially a bug bounty event where there are $500 in total prizes, and it's going to stem from November 3rd to November 10th. So I'm going to put this video out, right? And I was working on this, but we do have some bugs in ViewCreator since we did the refactor, and I need to fix a couple of them. One of them was that it just was like messing up essentially our image uploads. So I had to update that, but now let's like actually go through and update this. So all I need to do is I can essentially just drop that in, right? And then I can take this, and I think I can actually drag this over to my downloads. So I grab the BridgeMind logo, right? And I can just take that over there, drop in the BridgeMind logo, and then the last part is, what else do I want? Oh yeah, I want a picture of my face. So let me find a good picture of my face. I actually think that there's one on ViewCreator. So let's go over there and see in our thumbnail tools. I'm pretty sure that in my YouTube thumbnail jobs I have a good image. Like, I'll just use this one here, take a picture of my face. and then I'll go back over to this here, and now I'll just say, I actually think I have a good prompt in this, and what I was having an issue with is that it wasn't using the correct model. Kind of touched on that at the start of this video. But now let's click generate, right? And so now this hopefully will generate, you know, a decent thumbnail for that video. Also, if you guys are just tuned in, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. But yeah, it just says create a viral thumbnail for this video announcing the BridgeMind Hackathon, dark background, show the prizes centered. Yeah, so I mean, it did exactly that, right? It's like $500 BridgeMind Hackathon, showed the places, showed my face with a hand, the BridgeMind logo, and yeah, that looks great. So this one I like the most. And then I'm able to go over to YouTube, and I'm able to then go to, let's go to YouTube Studio, and I'll go to content, and I actually have a draft here, so I'll just click on this draft. So $500 BridgeMind Hackathon, and then watch this, I'll just upload this newly generated thumbnail right here. So drop that in, $500 BridgeMind Hackathon, and then because well, actually, I think I did fix it locally yesterday while I was working, so we'll see. But this is just like, for example, like I'm using ViewCreator to be able to help me, you know, with all the stuff that I do, right? So it's like, I'm just kind of showing you guys like, hey, this does work, and it's very useful, actually. It is really useful. So now we can essentially take this here. The description generator needs to be fixed. Something that I was working on yesterday is that the generations here are actually like sometimes a little bit slow. I'm not sure exactly what's causing this, but definitely something that we're gonna need to take a look at and fix. Like, honestly, the description generation should probably already be done. So that's just something that I kind of look at and I'm like, okay, like note to self, I need to take a look at this logic and get this updated. So that's, you see how long that's taking? That's an issue. All right. And then it also threw an error. So we have some problems, guys, and we're gonna need to fix them for sure. But let's get this up. I'm going to, all right, right here. Okay, so, you know, essentially, all right, perfect. All right, so I'm about to upload this video now, so let's go over here and watch this. So I can just drop in this description here, and then go down. We'll change this to science and technology. And then we'll try on monetization. Next. Add subtitles, and this is where I actually am able to then, you know, update those, you know, add those timestamps in. I was only able to parse that one, so we'll do no there. So that works. So then click done. We'll add an end screen. Go here, and then just click next, next, and then we'll just make it public right now. Yeah, we'll just make it public right now. So I'll send a link to this in the Discord so everybody knows about it. All right, so we just published this. So I'm gonna send this in the Discord. All right. All right, so that's posted, so everybody can learn about it there. Rex, how's it going? Yeah, things are going good. I did not see that Codex Cloud now has limits. But if you guys are watching, haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. But yeah, so that's announced with the $500 BridgeMind Hackathon starting on November 3rd. But we're going to be working up to that point because right now we have plenty of bugs to work through. So with that being said, I think let's just start tackling them one by one here today. So let's see here. The first thing that we need to do is we actually need to take a look at I want to look at the description generator. I think the title generator, like create a title for the $500 BridgeMind Hackathon. Like, let's see if this comes back with any good titles here. So let's see. So the $500 BridgeMind Hackathon. And the cool part is that in the upcoming weeks, you know, it's going to be very easy for us to start marketing ViewCreator more and more because essentially I'm going to be posting long form content where I'm going to be using ViewCreator tools to be able to then, you know, create the content that's going to be going on ViewCreator of essentially growing my channels using ViewCreator. So I think it's going to be pretty easy on our end. But chat, what are you guys up to today? Everybody doing good? So the biggest issue that I see is that, you know, we have this job system, right? And the job system, for whatever reason, it takes a while for this to run. Like, it should not take this long to create 5 titles. It should be able to create 5 titles in, like, seconds. And this was an issue that I was trying to get to the bottom of yesterday, and I couldn't figure it out. So today we're going to be locked in on that, working on it. What do you think about Gemini 3.0 links, WebLM, Arena stuff? I have not seen a bunch about that. I mean, I know that it was proposed that they were going to be launching it on like the 22nd, right? So I was surprised when it actually didn't come out on the 22nd, to be completely honest. Okay, so let's see here. So, okay, so like, for example, you know, this is just taking way too long. So this takes a long time to run. So let's actually go over to let's switch to Opus. Actually, my Opus limits did get reset. Also, getting a little bit hot. I'm gonna take my sweatshirt off real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back. All right. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let's just switch to Opus here, and let's drop this in. Help me figure out why it takes like a good 2 minutes for us to even create the titles. Like, it literally takes 2 minutes for this job to run. Identify and diagnose why this is happening. All right, so let's get Opus working on that and just figure out, like, hey, what is the cause of some of these jobs taking a little bit too long? I don't like that, you know? I believe GPT-5, Dinush. So we're going to figure out here. Also, like, I'll just kind of go over, let's, like, actually look at the code and figure out, hey, why is this happening, right? So let's pull this up here. So essentially how this works, and you guys can look at this with me. Last Centennial, good morning. How's it going? Yeah, we're locked in today, guys. Okay, so let's look at, you know, what's causing this. This is like a decent issue. So we can go to, I just want to go to the API because this is obviously an API issue, right? So let's go to SRC and let's go to modules, and then we can open up, and I'll just zoom in on this so you guys can see it a little bit better. But let's go to the title generator, right? And let's open up the service, and let's see, like, okay, so I think how this works is it's going to be using a, so here it is right here, actually. So here's our prompt. All right, hold on, let's go up right at the very start. So generate titles. So it's using the OpenAI service called generate titles. So what we're gonna have to do is we're then going to have to go to the OpenAI module, and we're going to have to open up that service file because the YouTube title generator is actually calling a function here. So it has a system prompt, a user prompt. So it's using, so let's keep all this just so we get all that out of the way. Okay, so generate titles. This is very important. So it has a primary model and then a fallback model and then base max tokens instead of max tokens. There's all sorts of issues with this that we're gonna need to fix, right? It's like, hey, first of all, you know, what I did is we essentially have, we're importing, where is it? Okay, the X post variant. All right. All right, so the primary model is set to GPT-5, fallback model is GPT-4o, and then the secondary fallback model is GPT-4o mini. Here's the OpenAI service. It's configuring it. We need to figure out, hey, where are the actual system prompts? All right, let's go back to generate titles. Because there are a bunch of services that we're running in here that are all having the same issue. So let's see, like, yeah, so tertiary excessive token allocation. Yeah. So you guys can see here, so why this is slow. So GPT-5 is an advanced reasoning model, extremely slow for simple tasks. GPT-4o is also slower than needed for title generation. Title generation doesn't need advanced reasoning. GPT-4o mini would be 10 times faster. Well, if it doesn't need advanced reasoning, you know, maybe it's time to use OpenAI API pricing. Let's just go to API pricing for OpenAI, because we could use, what's it called? Is it GPT-5 mini, right? GPT-5 mini. We could use this. I want you to use GPT-5 mini for the title generation. Review this in depth and help me make it so that the model essentially will only return the titles and be very, very fast. No. GPT-5 mini. All right, and we are using Claude 4.1 Opus for this. I think Claude 4.1 Opus, you know, it is expensive, and with Claude Code, you are limited. But the thing is, it is very smart. XLI said sometimes mini is better for the smooth and fast user experience. Yeah, which is I think what we want, because, you know, essentially all we need is, we don't need like super in-depth, you know, thinking. We need it to be fast, right? We need to give users titles and title ideas for their videos, right? So I think that's good enough. Let's see here. All right. So it's going to switch this to GPT-5 mini. All right. GPT-5 mini model ID. So you see that going in. Also, I can see we have 47 people watching, and we only have, let's see here, let me update the page. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We only have 11 likes, and there's 47 people watching. So guys, if you guys are a part of the community, make sure that you hit the like button, because it actually really does help support what we're doing and the mission. We're going to be grinding today, like normal. So let's lock in, guys. All right, so let's allow this. Because, hey, this should not be taking 2 minutes to generate 5 titles. Like, hey, to generate 5 titles, it's nice because you can just get title ideas back, like, really quickly, right? So we don't need GPT-5. We don't need to generate a bunch of tokens. We just need to get title ideas back. That's very important. All right, yes, yes. All right. All right. So it's modifying the generate titles method to use GPT-5 Mini, and then hopefully this will be much, much faster. But we're gonna have to do this on several different tools because as you guys know, it's like, for example, descriptions, as you guys know, that failed as well. Danush said, agree with XLI here. It's better to use mini models for text generation and normal models for image generation or something. Yeah, for sure. XLI, I'm not sure, but definitely a while. I'm planning on locking in today. All right. So let's see here. So descriptions. We're gonna need to figure this out, and let's actually like get started on this as well. You know, because this is an issue too. So let's drop this in. Let's like try uploading that description once again, just with the transcript generator. So let's go here, and as you guys know, it's going to fail. It's literally going to fail. So we'll take a look at that. Influence Index said, starting to build now app. It's looking amazing. From experience, I think Claude performs way better than Codex. Yeah, I mean, I think that Codex, GPT-5 Codex High is a pretty good model. You know, I have Codex up here, and then I'm using Claude here. We'll see how it does. But even like this, too, is also taking a long time. So we're going to need to take a look at this. I think when we changed the model that we were using, we had some issues. Oren, so that's going to start, essentially, like, it already has started. Like, so for example, you know, we do have 30 signups a day, and we are generating revenue from ViewCreator. But if I go to ViewCreator, right, I can just go to this YouTube and pull up ViewCreator. So I have a couple videos made, 24, 41, 61, nothing crazy, but we're just getting started, right? And then here, the shorts are actually doing pretty well. 1.1K, 1.8K, 1.6K, 1.1K, and these are essentially just like advertisements, right? Like, watch this one. So let's turn this up here. How do why can I not turn this up? You guys can go to the ViewCreator channel and watch these and see essentially what I'm doing. But the plan is we're going to generate a bunch of organic content, and then we're going to sponsor using UGC. So instead of like paying a bunch of money for TikTok ads, we're essentially going to be looking to other people to create TikTok accounts to be able to post content, and they're just going to be able to clip videos from videos that I make organically. So I think it's going to do pretty well, but let's go. It looks like Opus finished here, so let's check and see if this is now faster. So if you guys remember, that last one took about like 2 minutes to generate. Let's see if it's faster this time. So generating. So hopefully this is faster. Empty completion. Yeah, we're gonna be use UGC, Oren, as well as like paid advertisements on the YouTube videos and stuff. All right, so that was faster. Danush, we've got a lot of functional tools, but the issue is that when we did this refactor, we did mix up a couple things, so we're gonna need to fix this. All right, so BridgeMind Hackathon. Kevin, you just have to make sure that you break them out into manageable tasks. BFR, how's it going? Right now we're grinding. You know how it is. Hugh, how's it going? Welcome. What could we do to speed it up even more while still using GPT-5 Mini? Also, what was up with this warning where there's an empty completion? What was that all about? So let's now take a look at, I know that the, description generator is not correctly working. So let's take a look at that as well. All right, go here, go to Opus. Review the logic for Opus in complete depth and assist me in figuring out why this is not working correctly. Do an in-depth analysis in the API routes that are associated with this and help me figure out why this is not working. All right. Yeah, the Haiku model is very fast. Give it a try. The problem is I would need to go and generate a new key, and I don't want to do that right now, but that is a good point. All right. All right, let's take a look at the agentic functionality. And something I actually want to do is we're going to essentially have, we're going to have this actually create an agent for us. So as you guys know, it's like one thing that does really well in on socials is these slideshows, right? Like pictures that are slideshows that essentially teach people. Sanush said that happens because of cache buffering. That's why it really happens rarely, but not a biggie. It's been happening like consistency, so I'm not sure why, why it keeps happening consistently. I don't like that. But let me take a look at, this AI agent functionality. As you guys know, people are able to create these AI agents just by, setting this up here. There's a couple things I want to change here. Let's actually just do a quick one here. Let's open Cursor actually, because Cursor, I like using Cursor for like very specific issues that we have. So I'm going to open up this real quick, and let's just go. We're going to use Claude 4.5 Sonnet for this in Cursor, and let's just drop in this here, and I'm going to add the ViewCreator Creator UI. Make it so that users have to double click on a node to open it up, and make it user friendly so that somehow the user knows that they need to double click. This makes it easier for the user to drag them around. Also, allow a user to drag the starting node around as well, and make it so that they have to double click that one to open it as well. So, we have this agentic functionality, and this is something that we haven't visited in a while, but remember guys, like we have things in here that are going to be great for us to demo. And the vision that I have is that, I want to be able to use ViewCreator to market ViewCreator, and we're getting to that point, right? It's like we're getting to the point where we're able to use that. I have not used the BMAD method, so let's just take a look at this. I want to fix some of these issues, but the biggest thing is we actually need to actually create an agent. So I'm going to open up essentially another agent here, and I'm going to ask it to. I need you to review the logic of agents, and then hold on. Kevin. I'm not using Mac dictation. I'm actually using WhisperFlow, and WhisperFlow is great. So what you can do, which is really cool, is for example, like with AI agents here, I don't even want to like create the agent myself. I just want, I want Cursor to create this for me, right? So what I can do is I can actually pass in and the API route associated with creating an agent with its steps. I need you to create a new agent with the name ViewCreator Instagram agent, and this agent will have to create a description and 3 images that teach users how to go viral on Instagram. So essentially the agent will be instructed to create a post that will allow users to essentially learn best practices on posting and creating viral content on Instagram. Think deeply about the structuring and create the agent And once you've created it, then actually access and create the AI agent using this access key. All right, now I paste my key in. So this is a kind of like a trick for you guys. This is a trick. The BMAD technique, yeah, who asked that? It was anonymous. You know, you can use that. It's very helpful. It is complex to set up, but it's essentially an agentic workflow. Anonymous could probably talk on it a little bit more since I don't actually integrate it. All right, let's get it, guys. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Again, let's actually take a look real quick while we have these agents working for us. As you guys know, we are starting the BridgeMind Hackathon. It's actually currently live and taking free signups. This hackathon is starting on November 3rd, so next week. And first place is going to win $250, second place is going to win $150, and then third place is going to win $100. So essentially, you know, we're polishing up some features, we're getting things launched this week, and then next week, we're really going to start pushing marketing, we're really going to start pushing UGC, we're really going to start pushing content, and because of that, we're going to start a hackathon. And all you have to do is enter your Discord username at bridgemind.ai/hackathon, and then join the BridgeMind Discord server, create an account on ViewCreator.ai, totally for free, and then report bugs in the ViewCreator Hackathon channel. You can read more on this page, but let's already see like who has signed up. So we have 6 signups, actually 5 minus this one because that's actually me just testing, make sure that actually worked. But yeah, if you guys haven't already signed up and be interested in competing, make sure you do that because it's going to be a really, really cool time for our community. I think it's going to be awesome. So let's go over and test that title generator again. Agent Builder is going right now. So double click to edit. Which agent was that? That was the that cursor agent. It was this one here, if you guys remember. The agent has been created successfully. So now we have to actually go out and there's a new ViewCreator Instagram agent, and we actually need to test this because with our latest refactor, we did not like test this super well. So we're gonna have to take a look at this. So let's actually just launch another tab here because I want to look and see like, hey, you know, with this agentic functionality, let's see. So there it is there. But when you actually create, so it says double click to edit. Okay, so I can now move this around. Perfect. So I'm double clicking and it's not opening. So that's an issue. Double click, double click. All right, so double clicking is not working. So is this one right here. It is not displaying the modal when I double click. Fix this. Now I double click on a node. All right, so we're gonna fix that. But guys, you know, it's really interesting because, you know, now that we have these tools, right? You know, now that we're building agents and we're building these things, it's like the ultimate goal, I think, for me personally, is I want to build a tool that's actually useful. And to build a tool that's actually useful, I think that it's cool to kind of like that concept of the man in the arena because, you know, I do have to do a lot of marketing tasks, right? And as a solo entrepreneur, you know, it is difficult to create content and to be able to create quality Instagram content or quality TikTok content. So I can see the market for this because, you know, after we're gonna be testing this out today. Let's go over this agent run. But so for example, you know, let's see, like, tired of your content getting lost in the scroll, unlock the secrets to going viral on Instagram and make every post count. So this looks pretty good. You know, it created that image, and then it created the description, and then it created, you know, these 2 posts here. But we do need to improve this. You know, it's like, obviously, here are the results. It needs to be improved quite a bit. This is just very, you know, baseline. You know, we had one fail. Danush said, I've joined the hackathon, but what do you want to ask for? Is the website itself complete? I don't know what you mean. It's starting on November 3rd. So this is the agentic functionality. We're going to need to polish that up. But essentially, we're going to be able to, because essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to create videos where I'm using this tool, right? And if I can create something that I myself will use and that I believe in, I think it does make it easier to kind of pitch to other people as well. So let's see here, create a title for the $500 BridgeMind Hackathon. And wow, it already came back. So we made that way, way faster, right? Create a new title about dogs. Very, very basic. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. So that's great. That's a lot better. So, because just a couple minutes ago, that was taking too long. So we fixed that. Let's go over to descriptions and see, hey, is descriptions still failing to run? And then also we need to actually structure the description so that it can do like a couple things. Like there's things in, about descriptions that you need to integrate well. For example, you need to integrate chapters, you need to integrate keywords, you need to integrate, information, you need to provide the links, important things like that. So the hackathon, you can go to bridgemind.ai/hackathon and it describes everything that you need to do. Essentially a bug bounty hackathon. Okay. So this is still taking way too long. Not happy with how long this is taking. All right. Fix this error. All right. Users need to be able to edit the agent inside of a UI that is essentially an exact replica of the agent builder page. Review this in depth. Yeah, seriously, XLI. Yeah. Review the styling and logic in the agent's builder page and then properly build the edit page so that users can render in the page and edit the agent in the same UI that they build the agents in. All right. Also, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And if you haven't joined the Discord link is pinned in the chat. So Harshit, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. I couldn't stream yesterday just because, as you guys know, I had to take care of a couple things on my end personally, but I'm back. How's it going, Matt Shower? Good to see you. Going good. Grinding like normal. So double click the edit. Let's see if that works. That now does work. Nice. All right, so dependencies. Thanks, Warren. All right. Okay, Abdul, you got an error during sign up. Let me see. Is it in like the bug hunters bar? Okay, yeah. So that's actually been reported twice now. That's actually a really good reminder. So Code with Abdul, so in our Discord, he just sent me this error, and Sam Stone also provided this to me. So shout out Sam Stone and shout out Code with Abdul, because this is an error, and I'll tell you guys why this is happening. So when you have essentially like when you have a Google Auth setup, right? There's a redirect in it, and when you do redirects, you set that, right? You set the redirect after it finishes signing up. And the issue here is that, if you guys remember, we obviously did this refactor, right? And because I took a day off, I wasn't able to fix this right away. But the reason that this is redirecting there is because that's how we have it set up, right? So in Google Cloud or in the API, however that redirect is structured, after that happens, it's redirecting the user to that dashboard because that's how it used to operate, right? But now, because we have this logic of creators versus sponsors, we have these subdomains, and we're gonna have to fix that. So I'm over in my account now, and I'm taking a look at this. So shout out to Abdul, thank you. What if? How's it going? Welcome back. Harshit said, please take breaks. It's good for you. You can't stream every day. Just looking out for you. Thank you. Thank you, Harshit. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a very high work ethic. You guys can probably tell. And I'm very passionate, and I believe in what I'm doing. So I think that is a huge driver. But in terms of like taking breaks, how I like to look at it is I worked like all day yesterday, but it was just on a different portion of my life, right? Like it was a different portion. Like, as you guys know, I essentially withdrew from my semester that I was having it produced so I could focus more of my time on this. And I was having some conversations with different professors essentially on, hey, how can I pass this class, And it was pretty good. I had a really productive day. I had conversations with all my professors, and, I have a path forward for, for the rest of the semester, because, I'm not going to be able to go up to Purdue and do that. Okay, so the issue is, let's actually diagnose this real quick. So let's go over to the Google Auth, right? And I'll kind of show you how this works. So in our auth system, if I go to our Nest project, we have an auth system, right? So the auth system, we have all this in here. And all I have to do is I can just pull up the agent here, and I can drop this in, right? And I'm going to add ViewCreator, Creator UI, and I'm going to add ViewCreator, Sponsor UI. And this is kind of just like prompt engineering for you guys, so you can kind of learn just like the logic and the thinking that I have behind it. So literally all I'm going to do is I'm actually going to screenshot and paste in the information from Code with Abdul. And I think that it'll be able to easily, be able to pick up on what's causing that, right? Because, hey, the reason what's going on is it's redirecting to that dashboard page. And that's no longer the case since we refactored it. So I'm going to say the Google Auth redirect on sign up and sign in needs to redirect to the correct dashboard based off of the user's role. We refactored this, and there no longer is a viewcreator.ai/dashboard page. It needs to redirect to the creator or the sponsor subdomain. Review this in depth and come up with the solution. So we're going to come up with a solution for that. Going to be very simple. Mahaha said, what is the stack you use to build the app? Do you use LangChain or LagGraph? No, so I used Next, Nest, and then Postgres, all in AWS. Harshit said, I learned a lot from you. One thing is I started waking up at 6, which is super rare for me. I used to wake up at like 11 or 12. Harshit, I love to hear that. Yeah, I think that, discipline is destiny, and if you can wake yourself up early in the morning and, just drink a cup of coffee and get started with some reading and get some things knocked out. It's like, guys, when I woke up this morning, I wanted to build the BridgeMind Hackathon. So this morning, I literally built this from scratch this morning in like an hour and a half, because I was like, okay, I know that I want to do this hackathon. Like, let me get this knocked out before I start streaming today. And I got it knocked out. I made a short YouTube video on it. And, if I had been out yet last night drinking, or if I had not woken up early this morning, that never would have become a thing, right? So I think that, if you can discipline yourself, and if you can work hard and wake yourself up early and go to the gym, I think that these are things that are going to help you. And that's the perspective that I have in life. And that's the perspective that, I look at right now, because I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, I am not at the place that I want to be yet, right? But I have to integrate for myself. I have to integrate and discipline myself enough to be able to, wake myself up early and work hard and, do these things. And I think that if you do them, it becomes a lot easier for you. It truly does. You respect yourself more. You have a better sense of your identity, and it is going to help you long term. So just remember that. So we now we're gonna have to set 2 new environment variables, and I'll just screenshot this and kind of show it to you guys. So because of that redirect, now that there's essentially 2 different environment variables, we're gonna have the sponsor front-end URL and then the creator front-end URL, and we're gonna have to create those. So let me real quick just drop these environment variables in, and that's gonna fix that problem. Again, shout out to Sam Stone and Code with Abdul for picking up on that. But we'll fix that real quick. I knew that was something that we were gonna get to today. Just nice to have a reminder. So all I have to do now is drop in those URLs. So sponsor front-end URL, HTTP. And then the creator front-end URL, drop that in. And you know, something cool that I want to kind of talk to you guys about as well is that you can use Cursor to be able to update your environment variables. So now that we have that, you know, something that's going to be important is, you know, first of all, let's test this, right? Let's test it and make sure that locally it's going to be going to the correct place, right? So let's go here. Let's go to sign out. And then let's actually create a new account. So I'm going to start free trial, go to creator. I'm just going to do the free plan. And then hold on. I'm just going to sign in with Google. Why did I get this error locally when trying to sign up with Google? All right, so I did get an error. We'll fix it. I think that's related to the environment. I don't think that's happening in production. Now that we added these 2 new environment variables, I need you to use the ViewCreator profile to access AWS using the CLI. And in both the dev and the prod task definitions, I need you to respectively add the new sponsor front-end URL and the new creator front-end URL, respectively. All right, so you guys just heard my prompt, and I can't show it to you now because now it's going to be showing some AWS keys. But you know, you guys can actually use, Cursor to be able to update your AWS infrastructure like that. So instead of having to go over to AWS, add those environment variables to my task definition, you know, I can just give the exact prompt that I did, and it's going to be able to do it for me. So very, very cool. Let's see here. Danu said, nice to hear that, brother. Welcome to the club. Let's get that grind. Harshit said, and to be honest, the energy speaks for itself. You don't even have to say it. We can feel it. Let's go, Harshit. That's what I'm all about. Influence Index said, do you have the $100 cloud version? No, I have the $200 version. The MacBook I'm using an M3 Ultra. Yeah, M3 Ultra, Mac Studio. I just need the gigs of RAM. Okay. Don't create SH scripts, just go in and update it yourself. Use the ViewCreator profile and run a diagnosis and see what you need to add, and then add it, and then force a new deployment for both those task definitions and set those environment variables in both dev and prod. All right, and I just say, use the ViewCreator profile to access AWS. So very, very simple, very nice. What service do you use for hosting the app in AWS? I use AWS Amplify, and then I use ECS for the API, and then I also use ECS for the database to be able to run like migrations and stuff. So let's go here, and let's close out of this. Actually, speaking of which, let's see how many people have actually signed up for the hackathon. I know that's going to be starting in a week, so we're probably not going to get a ton of influx, but we do have 7 people signed up for it. So welcome, everyone, and good luck. All right, so let's see here. So it looks like, you know, as we're updating this, So let's do a sign in. Let me just sign in real quick. All right, so there we go. All right, total agents, go to YouTube tools. So one thing, so the titles here, like, as you guys know, like, this can run in under 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like 5 seconds. That's nice. Very bad prompt, but that's fine. And then let's like try, for example, the descriptions. The description generator totally failed, right? So we're gonna need to take a look at this. XLI said, did you see OpenAI is currently like losing $3 on $1 revenue? That's crazy. Abdul said, should the user be given 100 credits because I signed up as a creator? I was not allocated the 100 credits. I think you get 50. So you should be given 50. Maybe it wasn't, I haven't updated the pricing yet. You can go to, there's a link in the description down below for the hackathon. Okay, so the API should work correctly. Well, it's not, so we're gonna need to take a look at that. Also, it looks like this is being forced to redeploy. I'll recheck that, but Google Auth should work again now. You guys can try maybe in like 10 minutes again to see if that works. Okay, so this here is not working. So you upload a transcript, and taking the transcript into account, it needs to create a description, right? But the issue is that it's currently not working. So we're gonna have to take a look at that. Also, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now we are at 5,639 subscribers. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Hackathon starting November 3rd. We got a ton of stuff that's going to be going on in November. And I say this a decent amount on the channel, but you know, we really are just getting started. So really exciting time. One thing that we need to do is there needs to be a page where I can see the agent run history. So for example, it says total runs, right? I want to be able to see the run history for, you know, my account. I want to be able to click on a page where I can see the run history of all my agents and click into each run and be able to see, you know, what that run produced. Okay, Abdul, I'll take a look at it. All right, Discord screenshot. Let me take a look. Okay. Thank you, Abdul. Let's start now on the agents page. I mean, isn't that just, I mean, that's just a hard-coded start now button. Nice. That's a good bug. Shout out to Jesse. All right, Abdul, I'll review the issue with that. All right, let's take a look at it. A user just reported that they did not receive 100 credits on sign up when they signed up for a free account. Review what they said. It should be 100, but it should be 50. So figure out why when they signed up for a free account, they didn't receive 50 credits. Probably something that we should do for this is we should do a Stripe login locally, so just to test those webhooks. Hugh, one of our moderators is going to create that. All right, so let's do a Stripe login here. So I'm gonna get webhooks and see if we can reproduce this error that Abdul reported of not receiving 50 credits when he signed up for free. Let me do that real quick. Okay, Danush, thank you. So yeah, Hugh, we're gonna set up that, it starts on the 3rd of November. So I expect one of our moderators to be able to get that set up here shortly for the hackathon. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna authenticate. So this Start Now button goes to dashboard. So let's fix that as well. The Start Now button redirects to the This is a bug. All right, their respective dashboard. Harshet, yeah, we're getting close on that. And that's why everything's set up like the way that it is, right? So I'm gonna be grinding this week, and this is a huge week because we're gonna be fixing some of these bugs that are associated with the new refactor, and then we're also going to be working on, you know, building the rest of this UGC logic out. So it's gonna be a big week this week, that's for sure. Okay. All right, so I want to see if this webhook issue is happening locally, or it could potentially be, you know, another issue. But if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, there is a link in the description. Make sure you join the Discord. Obviously, we now have the hackathon coming up, so big things are coming for this community, and very, very excited. Very excited. The planned purchasing part? Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, the webhook. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna do this. So I just want to see if I can regenerate this issue locally. And if I can regenerate it locally, then that means that, you know, it is a local problem. Yeah, 5.63. All right, so start for free. Okay. All right, so let's see. So I got 65 credits locally. You know what I think could be potentially happening is that, I mean, let's just go here. Luma said the hackathon concept is genius as a way to get feedback, not criticizing, but just asking, honestly, is it a bad sign when a copy pays for user feedback? What do you mean when a copy pays for user feedback? I don't see what you're saying. Here are the logs from the local webhook that was listening. Review in depth and identify the source of the issue and fix it. I'm using Cursor, Codex, and Claude Code. Mr. Panda. When a company pays for user feedback, I mean, I don't think that's a bad sign, right? My perspective on it is I'm getting our community involved. I'm giving back to the community. As a one-man show, it can be very difficult to be able to get that feedback, and we do need it. So there's multiple reasons that I'm doing the hackathon. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it does give a way for everybody to be able to get involved and give their feedback. So very excited. But let's even just see now how many people have signed up. So it looks like 9 people have now signed up for the hackathon. So if you've signed up, welcome. Excited to do that. And again, it's gonna be from November 3rd to November 10th. So I'm very excited to do that. So we're looking at that there, but let's just now, we're gonna be able to test it in the API as well. It may be a, just like off the top of my head, it may be a firewall issue where the webhooks are actually getting blocked by our firewall. I'm using Whisperflow to dictate, but we'll take a look at that. But now I need you to review again the description generator as it still is not working. Yeah, I'll upgrade to Next.js 16. Pretty simple. All right. I need you to now do the same thing with the viral post generator as well as the reply generator. Switch it to use GPT-5 Mini and make it super, super fast to generate viral posts and replies. All right, so there we go. We're gonna speed up these tools for the viral post generator and the reply generator. Those tools as well are just taking a little bit too long. I was taking a look at them last night and then the night before as well, just trying to figure out, okay, how can we actually speed these up? And I think it's gonna be by using just a little bit of a faster model. All right, cool. This is Claude Code and Codex using a multi workflow. So here, all right, so let's sign out. I'm gonna relog back in here under the account that actually has that agent, because we also need to work on the agentic functionality. So for example, this here, this needs to be fixed. Let's screenshot that. Let's launch this and run Claude. And then I'm gonna grab that screenshot. Let's do another one. A bit easier to just drag and drop. So I'm gonna take this, screenshot that, drag and drop it. Improve the styling of this recent activity on this page here in the ViewCreator Creator UI. Right now, it overflows when the user is on a larger screen size. There's too much going on. Just make it more simple. How's it going, Karana? I think that, you know what's annoying is that YouTube is currently having some bugs, and like all your guys' usernames are like your literal usernames. So usually, it'll show me like your guys' names, right? But now it's showing me essentially your guys' usernames, so it's a little bit more confusing. Abdul said, when I tried to navigate to the setting page, I got a page not found. I have attached a screenshot of the issue. Thank you. All right, so let's do that as well. Shout out to Abdul. So Bug Hunter's Bar. All right, so we're gonna drop this in. So we're just gonna drop this in. This was reported in the ViewCreator Creator UI. Fix this. Oh, Insane Mahi, okay. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. As you guys know, today I announced the BridgeMind Hackathon. So starting on November 3rd, we are starting the BridgeMind Hackathon, November 3rd to November 10th. $500 in prizes. First place gets $250, second place gets $150, and third place gets $100. To enter, you just need to go to bridgemind.ai/hackathon. There is a link in the description down below, and all you have to do is enter your Discord username, join the BridgeMind Discord server, create an account on ViewCreator.ai, and report bugs in the ViewCreator Hackathon channel. So very simple. I'm excited to do that, but shout out to Abdul for reporting some of these bugs. Very, very helpful this morning. Jesse Pinkman said, I already have an account, and after I logged in, I got only 15 credits. Is that normal that I didn't get 100 yet? So I'm taking a look at that error now. Something's off with that free plan. Danush, all right. All right, yes. Make all. So this is going to get an improvement here. Okay. All right, yes, allow all. So this was the title generator. Okay, cool. All right, and then that was just a issue there. Make sure that when you're using roots that you are not hard coding them like they are on these pages. So for example, when we're using roots, we should be importing the roots.ts file and using that object that's in that file, not hard coding them. Take a look in the constants directory in the ViewCreator Creator UI and update the sidebar and other associated parts of the project to make sure that it's actually using this roots.ts file and not hard coding like they are in this instance. So like something that I'll teach you guys real quick is, and this is something I learned a couple years ago when I was working on another team, is that you never want to hard code your roots. So for example, if you have a Next.js project or another project, like a user interface project, you have a lot of pages, right? So one big thing, and this is the issue stemming from Abdul, and I actually just found it and helped me figure out, hey, this is actually not implementing what we're trying to do. So I have it in my source directory, I have a constants directory, right? And in constants, I have a roots.ts file, right? And this is a great way to be a single source of truth for all root definitions. So instead of having to essentially in your hrefs manually assign that relative path, right? You then instead just create a roots.ts file, so you have a stored main roots object, and then you essentially import that object into other parts of your pages so that you have one single source of truth for all root definitions. It's actually very, very helpful. Alex Trotman said, I'm new to any sort of vibe coding outside just using Grok ChatGPT. Yeah, what's interesting is so like you guys know, I took off yesterday because I was working at school, and I was working with some of my professors, and we were talking about we were talking about how I'm gonna graduate, right? Because I would like to graduate. I would definitely like to graduate from Purdue. Probably not this semester, just because of everything that we have going on. Like my professors know essentially that I run my own business, and they know about BridgeMind, and they are all very, very supportive, actually. It's pretty cool to see. They're like, hey, you're doing something with your life, and honestly, that's very inspiring. And I don't want to be essentially a hindrance to that. So they've been pretty cool. And what's interesting is that I was talking to some of them, and they were very interested just in essentially, they were like, so tell me help me understand essentially what it is that you actually do, right? And I was telling them, I was saying that essentially my main job is I manage AI, is what I was telling them. I was saying that I was talking to them about, I think Alex Trotman just brought up a great point where he's saying, I just code using Grok and ChatGPT, and I was telling my professors, I was saying, look, you think about chat, like when you think about AI, you probably think about like ChatGPT or something like that. But the game has completely changed, is what I was telling one of my professors. I said, the tools that we had a year ago have completely evolved from where they were at a year ago. And now they've turned into agentic programming where, you know, programmers have now 10 to 20 times the amount of productivity that they used to have. And I could see kind of their minds were like, whoa, they were like, this AI stuff is like actually legit. And like, here's somebody that is actually using it. You know, and it was just pretty cool to, you know, have that interaction with them. Luzivog said, looking forward to Gemini 3.0 and a potential Gemini CLI. Yeah, so I think the Gemini CLI is already out, right? I don't think people think it's very good. I'm sure that they'll probably improve it. But, you know, it's just very interesting. I think Gemini 3.0 is probably going to change the game. You know, I have my father, he's a author. He's an author right now. So I grew up, my dad was a entrepreneur as well, and I have a lot in common with him. And, you know, he's essentially an author now. And we were having a conversation. He was talking to me about essentially, you know, some of the tools that he uses to be able to write, like just to become a better writer. He uses ChatGPT to be able to have, you know, basically paste in his work, have a better understanding of like what ChatGPT sees. And I was telling him that Gemini is actually #1 on the for writing right now. Yeah, Gemini CLI sucks. That's what I've heard as well. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Huge announcement now that we've got, you know, some more people watching. So the BridgeMind Hackathon is going live. It's live right now, taking on people signing up. All you have to do is go to bridgemind.ai/hackathon. There's over $500 in prizes. It's a bug bounty event. And all you have to do to join is enter your Discord username on the website. Join the BridgeMind Discord server. There's a link on this page and on the website, as well as in the chat if you haven't already joined the Discord. And then you just create an account on ViewCreator.ai and you report bugs in the ViewCreator Hackathon channel. So super excited for that. It's going to be pretty cool. Abhinav said, hey, I know this is small, but on the login page, the sign up and copyright are overlapping. Maybe it's just a small div. No, I appreciate that. Literally, like, when you guys give me stuff like that, you know, I just want you guys to know, like, that it is helpful because, you know, what's cool and what's just very interesting now is that I can just drop in that chat, right? And I can go to, let's just, like, let's launch an incognito window, right? And let's just see, like, hey, what is that app? Sorry, your guys' usernames are all messed up now because of, like, Google's just having problems. But he said on the login page and the sign up and copyright are overlapping. Man, I don't see that on my end. The sign up and copyright are overlapping. Is it this? Can you identify what this user is talking about and fix it? Yeah, I get the Tom Holland thing a lot. Mostly from girls, though, but also some guys. Like, oh my gosh, you know, like Tom Holland. I'm like, yes. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go to, yeah, Last Sentinel, happy to help. Yeah, definitely better to do that. And, you know, some of the things that I've learned, like, I've learned them from people that are way smarter than me, right? You know, on some of the teams that I've worked on, it was great because I was able to learn from mentors, and I was able to learn from people that, you know, had essentially, like, less time to be a grinder. Like, I think my whole life I've always been a very hard worker, and I was able to learn from people that weren't necessarily doing as much work but had more higher level of intelligence than me. So I would just kind of eat up everything that they could give me, and now I'm able to share it with you guys, essentially some of those things I've learned. Yeah, Abdul, that the leave review button right now is not clickable. Maybe we can have an agent work on it right now. All right, let's CD into ViewCreator, Creator UI. All right. On full window, Abhinav said. We'll have that Codex window take a look at it. We need to fix this. All right. All right. An issue here is that when I click on one of the jobs, it is not respectively linking to that job page. Instead, it is linking to this page, which is incorrect. And add the correct route for this. Alex Trotman said, but the catch for me is that my programming skills aren't solid enough to start outsourcing to agents. Very quickly would get beyond my understanding and I wouldn't get gains in learning, just output. Yeah, so, I think that, that brings up a really good point. Alex brings up a really good point. You definitely want to always continue learning and keep pushing yourself to learn. And that's kind of I think, wherever you're at in life, just continue learning. Iman said, first time seeing what vibe coding is. I thought vibe coding used to be open one terminal and do, but you are here with the full family. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. So yesterday, I was telling one of my professors, I said, listen, my job is to basically manage AI agents, and you guys should have seen his face. He was kind of understanding. He was like, oh wow. He was like, this is becoming. Because, a lot of people, they're like, AI's a bubble, AI's whatever, they have all these opinions. I don't care about your opinion. This is obviously a disruptive technology, and if you're not using it and getting the most out of it, then you're obviously doing something wrong. Review the website for ViewCreator Creator UI and identify places where roots.ts is not being used and it's hard coding, and let me know what you find. Is there any hard-coded hrefs? But if you guys are watching, you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. This community is growing rapidly. And if you haven't already joined the Discord, I'm about to drop the link to the Discord in the chat. We have a very active Discord, close to 500 people now. I think it may have already passed. Definitely high 400s. I mean, there's 93 people online right now, but I just dropped the Discord link in the description below. If you haven't already just joined the Discord, it's totally free to join. It's just a vibe coding community, and it's a very, very close-knit vibe coding community where we're all working on our own projects and helping each other. So if you haven't already joined, make sure you do so. This chat is still working. Let's see here. So this is now going to go to that page. Let's see there. So that did go to that page. Perfect. So this is the look for the agent run page. And we're going to need to improve this, but a couple things I know is I actually do like this. I think it's looking decent. But let's drop this in. And this is Opus 4.1 that we're using in Claude Code. Review this in depth and assist me in improving the styling. Make sure that you use ShadCN, which I think that you're already using. But for example, the images should not be cut off. When the images are being created, right now they're kind of showing in a fixed height and width, and that needs to be fixed. It needs to adjust the actual aspect ratio of the image or the video that was produced in the step. Take a look at the screenshot and you'll know quickly what I am talking about, and then fix this. Alex Trotman asked, what's BridgeMind exactly? So BridgeMind, technically BridgeMind is a company, right? But BridgeMind is also a community, and that's what it's becoming. It's kind of morphing and evolving into a very, very close-knit and tight community that's built around this company. So, if I go to BridgeMind.ai, essentially it's a bunch of people that are building the future and mastering vibe coding. And I think that this community, the reason that it's so close-knit is because, you guys can probably get this very quickly, is that I do not want to be a content creator. And I actually had a comment on one of my YouTube videos. It may be somebody that's watching right now. But they actually gave me a great idea. They were like, hey, listen, if you created a video where you used essentially Lovable or one of those applications to be able to create an app, you would go viral. And I literally just responded and I said, hey, listen, man, for me, it's genuinely not about going viral. It's not about creating content. It's about sharing this mission and having a purpose that's driving me and sharing that, right? And being a leader. And I think that's what it's about. And it's never going to be about, getting more views or going viral. And kind of the perspective that I have on it is if I can genuinely focus on the things that matter, right? On completing this mission and working hard and waking up every day and getting after it and building a community that's based around that, then I think that it will do very well. It'll kind of take care of itself, right? It's everybody that's in our community, I want to be able to be a part of that. And I, hope that you guys are all working on your own projects, that you guys are moving forward every day in life. And really is the mission, right? Is that not only is it a mission that I'm on, but it's also a mission that I hope all of you guys are on, if that makes sense. Abhinav said, hello, posted SS in Bug Hunter bar, or is it just my laptop? I don't know. I don't see what you mean by that. Hugh said, if I tell my professor that I use AI to build something, they will react as if it's something bad. Yes, 100%. It's very interesting. Just like colleges and universities have taken a stance where AI is considered like cheating. Allow users to essentially be able to click on these images or videos and it pops up in the modal. There's a component for this. Import that component and use it and integrate it into the page. It's like it's seen as a form of cheating. And it's very interesting to see that, right? That people are taking it in as cheating when it's genuinely like, I think that 10 years from now, everyone's jobs will be essentially managing AI, right? And it'll be interesting to see, that's for sure, how it all plays out. But that's the future that I predict will happen, is that essentially we'll all be AI managers. And whoever can manage AI the best is going to be incredibly successful. Incredibly successful. All right, so let's now drop that in. Looks like this one's fixing that issue. This is now done. This was that sign up wrapper, so that should be done. Let's now ask one, run npm run build, or no, it's not, I don't want to do that yet because it's going to cause a bunch of refresh errors. Make sure that the markdown actually renders in as text for the description. Like if you take a look at the screenshot, you'll notice that it's rendering the markdown. Fix that. All right. Let's go, Amari. But yeah, it was just interesting to be talking to some of my professors, and I will say it was actually very inspiring for me to have all of them be so supportive, that's for sure. All right. So here's that leave review button going in. Cam said, I was doing some YouTube API research, and I think you should apply for the higher quota. I think you can now with a working prototype. Yeah, so you get like 10K starting. Wow. What's the price on it, Cams? That's actually really helpful. Thank you. All right. When on the run page for agents, canceling the run does not work correctly. Review the API and review the front end and come up with a working prototype for this and actually integrate the code so that users can cancel running an agent. All right, there we go. 10K nothing because upload YouTube takes like 1.5K. Alex Trotman, so I'm working on ViewCreator. So it is an open beta, so a lot of people have already signed up. We have over 500 users now. But you're able to create viral content and essentially manage. It's an all-in-one platform for content creators and brands to be able to create content. We're working on a lot of different features right now, but we got plenty of work to do, so we'll just keep grinding. I'm gonna grab some OJ real quick, guys. I'll be right back. What's up? Saad, how's it going? Yeah, Cams, I'll take a look at it. Alex, so I do get that question a lot, and I think that's one of the biggest questions asked, you know, when talking about vibe coding. And you know what's interesting is that, remember that vibe coding and programming with AI, you're just an extension of the AI, right? It's like, hey, if you are a programmer that understands how to integrate AI and how to build auth systems, you know, you'll be able to build that just fine. All right, so let's fix this. J35, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. J35, I think for the over/under on who's going to win the BridgeMind Hackathon, I think that you have the best odds right now. I think the odds are on J35. Hugh just asked, what does your typical day look like? So I wake up at 5 a.m. and I like to read in the mornings. I'm an avid reader. So I do like to read usually in the mornings and do some writing. And then I will usually work out. And then I'll get started working. I'm using TypeORM, Alex. Nest next in Postgres. All right. So look at this, guys. So for example, this is the post that the agent made. And really, you know, I was actually talking to one of my professors yesterday, and he knows about BridgeMind, he knows about the business, and, you know, we were talking about it. And, you know, essentially what we were talking about was, he was like, all right, like, you know, what's the long-term vision, right? And I was talking to him about the long-term mission. And what the long-term mission with ViewCreator is to build a platform where users are able to generate social media content and post and automate social media. So, for example, you have these content generators like the image generators and the video generators where it's actually not that good yet. You know, it can get close. Like, I mean, let's just download this right now and take a look at it. It's like stop scrolling, unlock the secret to going viral on Instagram, right? And it says catch 'em fast, the viral hook formula, hook psychology, this 3-second new rule, visual patterns, dynamic. I mean, you can kind of see like it just struggles with text. You know, there's certain things that it struggles on, right? Interesting. Make sure that for downloading the images that you use the util. Yeah, Danush. All right. Fix these errors. Good luck, 10,000. Okay. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, so download util running there. This is running. All right. Great. Update them to use roots. All right. How it should work is, essentially for any user that's signing up, for example, if they sign up with free, or they sign up with pro, or they sign up with ultra, whatever they sign up with, it needs to, using the webhooks, properly allocate the respective amount of credits to that user. I believe this works correctly for pro and ultra, but for some reason it's not correctly working for free, so evaluate this and polish this up. Yeah, Danush, we're having an issue, with the credits for the free account. We're working on it. I'll push an update. And then also, for everybody that is doing the program, I'm going to give you guys all free credits next week when we have the bug bounty program. But also, guys, it doesn't hurt to spend $5 on ViewCreator if you want to use it. Yeah, so I'm spending about $600 a month, Sports Bay, on these AI tools, and that's mainly because I use them a ton, right? I'm pretty much using them all day, every day. So, cams, I mean, for now, there are 1 hour a week. I mean, right now, it's hey, there are certain people in this community that I've had conversations with privately that are very, very sharp and that I could consider myself working with at some point. And I think to do that, it's hey, you kind of just have to make an effort, right? I think you have to earn opportunities. I've earned every opportunity that I've, been given. All right, perfect. But yeah, that's the thing. It's I make myself very open to contact, But yeah, Cams, you can help out by finding bugs and stuff, and I do notice those things, right? I notice people that are sharp. I think as a leader and as an entrepreneur, it's just natural, right? All right, so let's try out the reply generator real quick. So let's just try this real quick. So let's go over to X. And looks like I think I'm signed in on Atlas. Let's go to Atlas real quick. So here is Atlas browser. So all right, let's just go to my feed and let's just go new cursor chat is here. Whatever, let's reply to it. Balance clarity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Failed. That's not nice. Identify why this failed and fix it. Danush said, we know that, but some of us are on a tight budget with other expensive, but definitely like to purchase a plan in the future. All right. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed or joined the Discord, make sure you do so. All right, let's see here. So let's go back to the title generator and just make sure that that's working, because I did see some updates go in. Let's just create a title about the $500 BridgeMind Hackathon. Post that. Should be 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4. Only one title now. For some reason, the title generator is only creating one title now. Identify why this happened and fix it, it should generate 5 options. All right. All right. Cam said, my opinion here, if you can get that YouTube API integrated, the workflows can be thought of in a automation, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I think like the ultimate goal is, I want to, I don't want to focus on that yet, right? Because I think that that is going to be a big undertaking. And what I want to do is I want to integrate with an API that connects not only to YouTube, but one that also connects to TikTok, to Instagram, to X, and to YouTube, so I can go to one place and be able to generate all that, right? I think that's very important. Okay, let's go to the reply generator again. All right, what's going on here? Danush, right now we just deployed a bunch of code and we do have like some errors. So here's our reply generator. And like I was using this and it actually was like really, really helping. So let's just drop this in and reply. Wait, where's my atlas? Wait, where was that post? Right here. So here's our AI generated post. All right. Cam said you can have the API and then have the user upload video on BridgeMind or URL, and it gives form of thumbnail, title, and description, all that. And main thing here, just one click, upload, publish. Yeah, I think that's a great long-term vision. But right now, for one person, just getting it started, I think that that's like a 1 to 2 month vision for me. When in reality, it's not that long, right? It's like, hey, we've been working on this project for like a month now, which is nothing. Fix this. All right, generate a viral post. Create a post about the BridgeMind Hackathon. So, like, watch this. Like, let's just try this, right? Just post in a bunch of raw information about the hackathon. Generate. And this is the one that was really slow the other day. So we'll come back to that. Let's go to the title generator, see if that was fixed. The awaken, the desk setup. It still only created 2 of them. Yeah, Cams, that's super helpful. Did you try to send me a Discord in DMs? Let me see. All right, cool. I just accepted your DM invite. All right, I'll talk to you off stream, Cams. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Let's go back here. So, all right, so here it created a post for us. So it said, want $250 to prove you're the best bug hunter. BridgeMind Hackathon, November 3rd to November 10th, 2025. Find bugs, earn 1 to 3 points by severity, climb the leaderboard. $500 total. Click register, drop your Discord username, join Discord. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to post this on X. And let's see like how it looks. Yeah, that looks pretty good. /hackathon. All right, so I literally created this using ViewCreator. So $250 to prove you're the best bug hunter. BridgeMind Hackathon, November 3rd to 10. Find bugs, earn 1 to 3 points by severity, climb the leaderboard. Click register, drop your username, join it. All right, cool. Looks good. All right. So that we just literally created using ViewCreator. So, I look at it and I'm thinking to myself, hey, as we continue to make the tools better, it'll continue to make my job easier, and, based on what I find, it'll just continue and continue, which is going to be great. Irish, I use Claude Code, Cursor, and Codex. So I use pretty much all of them. All right. Let's go over to this now. Why is that still redirecting there? All right, also, we're at a place where we can start pushing this code because I don't want to lose where I'm at. So essentially, just like from time to time, what I'll do is I pretty much just go here and I'm just going to deploy to the dev branches just so nothing, bad happens, Just occasionally you want to push stuff. And since I'm the only developer, I just literally just do deploy. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm using Claude, actually. Thank you, Kubik. Kubik said, insane work. I stop by like every third day and see big progress. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm using Claude Code in a couple of these terminal instances, so. What's up with that not? Okay. This is still redirecting to the wrong route. Review and fix. Yeah. I don't think that Codex has bad limits. I think that Cursor has pretty bad limits. Yeah. For sharing your review, note that after users submit a star rating, they can submit the review. They are not required to review the API endpoint for this and use the correct fields. Also, this is in ViewCreator, Creator UI, note that. But yeah, review the API and then update the front end accordingly. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Current revenue is up to $1,000, $1,076. So we're just making slow progress day by day. Making money from ViewCreator, making money from YouTube, making money from BridgeMind. So we got stuff coming in from all over the place. We are losing money right now, but that's all right. When you're starting a new business, you're gonna have some burn. Okay, let's see if that fixed. Is there like some refresh error that I'm not seeing right now? All right, let's pull up cursor. All right. Hello, cursor. In the recent activity section, it is redirecting to billing jobs. This is incorrect. Review why this is happening and fix. It should go to the agent's run page. I was a developer before the AI tools got really big as well. The answer ever. Kubik said, how are you deploying to production? I have to build the whole project and upload it to my FTP every time. It's kind of boring. So I use GitHub Actions and I have AWS infrastructure. Thank you, Linux. Danush said, I have something to ask. Have you ever gotten burned out of all this work? If so, how do you tackle it? Yeah, so, you know, human beings do get burned out. You can get burned out. How I try and get around that is, I'm trying to think how I should put this. I try to have things that I know will essentially keep my mind and my body healthy. You know, for example, I think that, you know, working out and reading and writing can help. You know, if you're trying to do something great, you should expect it to take a lot of time. When generating images, it shouldn't show this garbage. Fix this. For example, based off of this step, it should show different things. For example, if it's generating an image, it should only show the generated artifact. If it's generating a description, it should only show the description, so on. So, yeah, I mean, like, I'll just kind of give you guys, you know, some perspective and just be open about it. It's just like, you know, even in this current situation, I've been working now a lot, and I just know that if I stay on this path, I will not regret it, right? It's like, hey, don't get burned out. If you're feeling burned out, don't push it. You know, if you do have that feeling, don't push it then, because then, you know, that will be bad. Even if you take like a day off from time to time, I think that is helpful. But yeah, I mean, for me, in terms of working, you know, 10 to 12 hours, you know, just try and have things in your days that you look forward to and things that are healthy for you, right? Healthy for your mind, healthy for your body. J35, push up o'clock. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to do some push-ups. Yeah. And to Twan's point, so he said, take a break off when you get a burnout, and normally you will notice you get burned out. Just don't overwork yourself, and you can tell when you do. But working on your own business, you can expect a lot of stress and workload. Yeah, and I will say the ups and downs as well are can be difficult. The ups and downs. That did not work. Review the screenshots in depth. Identify the errors and how it's, you know, not adapting to the description or image and showing the extra sections, and fix this. Guys, who wants to do some push-ups? W's in the chat if you want to do push-ups. Killer man, you know, I think that you know, we'll be able to hit this goal. It's a long-term vision. You know, a lot of people, you know, I've seen like some other people that have attempted something similar, where they do a build in public and it doesn't work out, and they just pretty much delete everything and, you know, fall off the grid. And, you know, if I go back to that video that I shared with you guys about, you know, essentially my vision, you know, I think that we're going to build something that is useful and has, you know, the potential that when these models do go mainstream for content generation, we'll be at the forefront of it. For now, I think just building these tools and building the start of that technology before it's really here is going to be incredibly helpful as well. Title, array, scroll stopping, curiosity-driven title. Let's view this agent. What happened there? XLI wants to do them. Anybody else? Yeah, Oren, because I think that you'll get better and better as you go along, right? It's like even in this series, we worked on multiple projects. XLI, just because it's you, it doesn't matter, man. I'll do them with you, bro. Let's go. Push up o'clock. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm getting lean these days with all the running that I've been doing lately. Been doing like 4 miles every morning. Training for the Ironman though, so let's go. Fix this error that I am getting. Let's go. That's right, XLI. I can only hit 40, so we'll slowly move up. J35, you got 18. Let's go, J35. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys. Also, J35, what's going on with you, man? What's new? I haven't seen the jokes in here as much, man. Where's the J35 jokes when you need them, man? All right, so something that we're gonna do is with cursor, you can essentially, I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can do these create commands. So you can do a create command. I have one set up just called npm run build, and then I literally can just at whatever project I want to run npm run build and fix the errors in, which is very nice. So / npm run build, just do that. Pretty nice. 15. Let's go, guys. We'll move up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. At least you guys did them. So is this now fixed? Looks like it, yeah. So edit agent. All right, so can I? All right, cool. So you don't really need a title here. Delete step. This agent really does work pretty well. So plan. So the description is only going to run after step 1. Save. And then boom. All right. Let's do save. And then let's run the agent. Why am I not seeing the estimated credit count though? Oh, I ran a npm run build, didn't I? Yup. Oh, J35, you've been in Bali? That's cool. Influence Index said, do you recommend Supabase for database? I think that's like the way that people are going. When programming with AI, it's definitely a big help because they have MCPs and stuff. So the usage count, estimated credits, and last run are not properly rendering correctly. Review this in depth and fix the issues. Nice, J35. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like when it starts getting cold here in the Midwest. It does get a little bit harder. I don't like the winter. I'm more of a sun guy myself, so don't like it when it gets cold. All right, edit looks nice. Let's try running this. Run agent. Also, can I now cancel? Cancel. Nice, you can now cancel. Sweet. Cool. That's nice. Okay. So AI agents are looking good. I clicked that's fine. All right, so let's see how this agent runs and see if it gets any better. Yeah, Amari said winter grind, yeah. I don't know, I'll probably do a little bit of traveling this winter though. Yeah, just stay consistent, guys. Well, I don't want to travel. I don't want to I don't want to travel like go on a vacation. I literally want to go and live somewhere. I did it over this past summer as well, and I really liked it. I'm probably gonna go to Austin. I think Austin, Texas. Get a really good network. All right, so. Let's ask Cursor a question. All right. one of the biggest issues that I have with our current agent system is that they are not, like, if let's say I am creating a post, right? The post is not very well formatted, like it's not in theme, right? Like, I'll just show you an example. Look at their images. Ah, shoot. All right, so I'm gonna like just drop in the images for this post. So this was the description that was generated, and then you can take a look at the image of the screenshots. And what I want you to notice is that the images just are not on the same theme, right? Like, the images kind of work, you know, they don't go well with each other. So I need you to review this in complete depth and review the API and review our agentic system. And you shouldn't have to update the entities or the actual architecture of the agentic system. I think that there's just a couple tweaks that we can make to make sure that, for example, the posts or the content that's created is actually on theme and goes well with, for example, the description. So take a look at this example and then help me think deeply about how we could improve our existing system. Don't update any code, but just kind of review of what's currently going on and give me some ideas. Marie said, why not San Francisco? Too far from my hometown. I would have to fly out there. Super expensive. Not really like I don't know. Probably not San Francisco, but Austin, Texas. It's closer to my actual home in the Midwest, so I can drive and have a car there. And then also Austin, Texas is like number 2. Like, if you're looking at like tech and entrepreneurship stuff, I think Austin is kind of like number 2 on that. So, Kenny, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. J35 said time for you to travel to Bali. That place is crazy. What's going on in Bali? Yeah. Yeah, XI, you're in LA. Yeah. Like, I know the homelessness is terrible there. This is probably the best. So, you know, I think that the agents work well. The issue is that it's going to be user error for a while here. What's going on with the API? What is causing this issue? Review and fix. Kenny said, I don't know the context of this conversation, but I live in the Bay. It's highly overrated. Cool to visit, difficult to live. Yeah, that's like, you know, people talk about it a lot, and that's kind of the perspective I have on it, even though I've only visited there like when I was younger, but just probably not somewhere I like really want to live. That makes sense. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. It actually helps really support the community and the mission. And if you haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do that as well. Amari said it's the best place for connections. All right, so this is the agent run history. Agent runs. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. This agent is working on the agent run page and actually building the route for that, so keep an eye on this for me, guys. I'll be back. What's up? I'm back. I like India. All right, let's go, guys. All right. So, I mean, I think we can push this. Mr. Bob, don't spam chat. Nice J35. Let's see how that X post is doing, by the way. Where's Atlas? Danush, yeah, you have to earn it, though. Linux is the community manager over on Discord, and I kind of essentially trust him to handle mods and stuff. Both, comma. Yeah, both. All right, so like one thing with AI agents is when we ran this, right? Like, let's go to the run history. Oh, we're still working on this, so we need to fix this. Just get the run history working correctly. Sure, admin. Okay, so like here's something that we're gonna do, okay? I want you guys to watch this closely, okay? So we're essentially going to use ViewCreator to be able to create a post, right? So we're gonna use Nano Banana, and I'm just gonna also use ChatGPT, and I'm just gonna have it go. I want to create essentially 4 images, carousel. An Instagram carousel with 4 images. And this carousel, the first image will essentially be the hook image. And then images 1, 2, or... oh my gosh, Whisperflow is cracked. It literally corrected me. And then images 2 to 4 will be, respectively, the actual content that was talked about in the hook slide, right? So it will hook, and then 2 through 4 will actually be the content. And it should follow best practices for Instagram, and it should also use the hex color and styling that will be themed throughout the entire post. So you need to come up with a hex color that will be used for each image. But I need you to not generate the images yourself. I need you to write the prompt for images 1, 2, 3, and 4. That I will then pass into another AI that will generate the images. And note that each prompt needs to actually specify, for example, the hex color that's being used, the positioning, the formatting, the styling, all of that in each prompt. I mean, technically, I think I could use Spark for this too. All right. Okay. So let's just copy this, right? Right, hold up. Let's open up another tab. So let's go over here. And we'll go to the playground, right? And we'll just paste this in. That's fine. And what is the, like, if we go to advanced settings, what's the aspect ratio? It's a square, right, for Instagram? So let's click generate. Oh, shoot. I don't think I should have did the... Oh, shoot. Let me just see before. Okay. Yusuf, how's it going? We're doing good. So right now we're actually using ViewCreator to create this. So that's fine. Unlock the secrets of success. Here, let's try this. Whoa. Oh, that's actually really important to note. The logo in Spark, for example, if I click ViewCreator, it goes back to the previous page that the user was on. That is incorrect. It should actually just redirect to the dashboard of the ViewCreator Creator UI page. Alright. I may mess that up, that's fine, whatever. Alright, so let's go to the playground, and essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use this. For example, if we do Nano Banana Edit, actually will probably work better for this. So essentially what we're gonna do, and I just wanna show this to you guys because I think it's important, alright? So if we screenshot this, right? Let's just screenshot the logo. And we're gonna drag and drop this. So we screenshotted the logo, and now content description. We use Spark to be able to drop in the prompt. Put the ViewCreator logo in the top right of the slide of the image. All right, so let's create this, see what it does. Thanks, Linux. Yeah, just so everybody knows, so on Discord, Linux is our community manager. I forgot to select the aspect ratio. Put the ViewCreator logo in the top right. So in terms of like on Discord, I'm going to essentially go to Linux for that stuff related to that. So if you guys want, you know, to volunteer for mod or other opportunities, make sure that you talk to Linux because he is the community manager on Discord. All right, so unlock the secrets to success. I mean, I don't love the... Did it prompt it to say unlock the secrets of success? Yeah. Okay, wait, let's try this again. Also, one thing to note is on create, the logic of it sucks for after it actually creates. The logic of that is dookie. After the user clicks generate, it should essentially enter a generation stage where it shows some type of skeleton loader, and then after it actually generates the image, it should have a really nice effect and allow the user to review the image. Right now it shows the image for a split second, but then it goes away and hides it. That's incorrect. It should essentially show a really nice animation and a skeleton loader and allow the user to actually see the image and not automatically swipe away, you know, like show the image on the actual playground page here after they generate it until the user decides to click away from it. But guys, I actually want to tell you guys a little bit more about this experience that I had yesterday with one of my professors at school. So, you know, as you guys know, I had to play it a little bit smart just in terms of I'm so close to my college degree that I do want to finish it. At this point, it's not wise to say, okay, I'm just not going to get my college degree. It's smarter to finish the college degree at this point. And I can't, like with what I'm doing now, I'm working too much. And you know the mission is too important to have to go to school 3 times a week and be commuting all that time. It's not, I can't do it, right? So I did tell my professors, I said, hey, I'm not going to be at school for a while. Like, I don't know if I'm going to drop out or withdraw from the semester, but you know, like, could you work with me, right? And a lot of my professors, they were very understanding. They essentially were very, you know, they were able to work with me, right? And you know, I had this experience where I was talking to one of my professors, and you know, it was just interesting to talk to him. I don't even know how to describe it. He was like kind of making that, like he was lecturing, right? And he was making the lecture like about me, if that makes sense. Like he essentially was purposefully talking about things related to being an entrepreneur, and he was kind of like calling me out in the class. And I'm not somebody that likes to draw a lot of attention to myself like in that setting, right? So I was trying to just like be cool, but I could just tell that he was like really trying to be helpful, right? And you know, I think that you know, people want to be helpful to other people, and you know, it was just very interesting. He was really trying to help me, and it was cool. It was cool. So I was just happy that, you know, I you know, had that experience. El Cisco, how's it going? Also, Mr. Study, we're working on ViewCreator, and we've been working for over close on 2 months, guys. Just crazy. But right now we're kind of working on this. Like for example, this is what ChatGPT came back with. Let's try the ChatGPT prompt here. And we're gonna remove this. Oh, got it. So let's use Nano Banana here and upload that. And this update on the left just went in. So this is gonna essentially allow it to have a better, it should have better effects now, where this isn't just gonna go away. It's gonna allow me to see it. So unlock your creative power. So. All right. I mean, it's cool. Let's try it with Nano Banana Edit, right? And let's actually see if it's intuitive enough to know to drop the ViewCreator brand in. Like, let's try. We didn't really get a very good screenshot last time. Let's actually go to viewcreator.ai and just drop this in here. Even that, I feel like, isn't going to do great. Also, if you guys are watching, you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And there is a Discord link in the chat. I know it's the weekend. I know people are busy, but if you want to join the community, we're live pretty much every single day. So, all right, so I think this is going to work. Put the ViewCreator logo in the spot where the Your brand goes. All right, so let's try generating this. So we're going to use the playground. And this is kind of the context of like the all-in-one platform, right? Because here, you know, you're able to create these reference images. Let's see how it did. So here's what it created. I mean, that's freaking amazing. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that's freaking sick. Oh, failed to download, come on. All right, I'm just gonna download. It's saying failed to download. It is saying failed to download. All right, let's open up Chrome Tools here. All right. So essentially what we're going to do is we are going to check out our console logs and see what's actually causing that. I do see what's causing that. And then watch this, guys. So, okay, you guys are about to learn something really cool. So, essentially, with Cursor, you're able to access your AWS infrastructure, okay? So, watch this. Watch this, guys, all right? Watch me prompt this. Using the ViewCreator profile, access AWS using the AWS CLI, using the ViewCreator profile, and review the dev CloudFront distribution in the dev S3 bucket, and fix this error because obviously this is being blocked by cores. Make sure that you add this domain so that we can download in dev. All right, let's freaking go, guys. Let's freaking go. Let's go. All right, so now I can't show this to you guys because it's about to start using my keys, but you know, super important. Living Room PC said, I took an entrepreneurship class in college. The professor said his main business was selling education. Oh my gosh, I'm dead, dude. I dropped that class the same day. That's hilarious. LCO, sorry, your guys' usernames are like all messed up. Google's, I don't know if you guys can see it on my end too, but like usually you guys have like really nice names, right? But like right now, it's all these like weird usernames, you know, so it's like hard to read your guys' names. But LC Ioso said that he just bought the Claude Max plan. It's amazing, especially on the design side. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, that's hilarious. Living Room, I'm dead. But guys, I mean, look at this. It's freaking amazing. Let's go. That's amazing. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, make sure you guys join the Discord. I feel like we have, it's crazy because like there was a time, right, when we were first, you know, getting started out where, you know, essentially I would have, let's say like 60 viewers, right? And I would be gaining subscribers. Like at 60 viewers, that meant like that YouTube was really pushing the video, right? It was like really pushing the live stream, right? But it's kind of funny because, you know, now we just have such an engaged community that now there's just like 60 is like the old 10, if that makes sense. So whereas like, I think as long as you can keep being consistent and just continue moving forward, right? I think like YouTube will eventually go through phases where it'll like push your content or like not push the content depending, right? But it is really cool to kind of see how things have evolved where if I had 60 viewers like a couple weeks ago, I'd be like losing my mind. I'd be like, guys, like everybody like and sub, and you know the subs would be going up now. But now it's like just a ton of returning viewers. So for all of you watching, you know, something that I want to say is I really appreciate you just being a part of this community. And okay, this says it's done now. Said it's failed to download again. Okay, let's take a look at this. I am still getting this error. Review this in depth and fix. Yeah. But yeah, no, so, you know what, like I was saying, sorry, I got off, had to fix that. But, you know, I just want you guys to know that I am like very, very inspired by the community that we're building. And, you know, I think that everybody should take part in this community and really just enjoy it because we do have something special here. Like even I'll just, you know, for example, there's a live streamer in this field that's much, much bigger than me, right? And just as an example, you know, we've got a third of the subs and 2 times the watchers. You know, and I think that says something about, you know, this community. So, VFR Kenny said it's helpful to have you on my second monitor while I'm doing my code stuff. Somehow I can focus better. I think I've been wanting to find a stream like this for a long time. Thank you, Kenny. Yeah, I think that, you know, and this is the feedback that I've heard from some of our moderators, like Linux and Doom, but they just sharing that, you know, I think that everybody can probably tell that I'm just genuinely trying to build stuff. And like I said, you know, I got a comment the other day about, you know, somebody saying, dude, if like you did this, if you made this video, you would go viral, you know. And for me, it's not about the content. It truly is not about like, oh, I'm gonna make some video that goes crazy viral. Like, I want, if this does, like, if this goes off, right, and if it, like, let's say, you know, it does take time, right? Like, it could be another year before we hit, like, 250,000 subs or something like that, right? But the thing is that, you know, it doesn't really matter to me because the mission is the priority, right? So I'm gonna be doing this regardless. So I don't want to, you know, be making a bunch of, like, cringy YouTube videos and, like, brain rotting you guys. All right, so I'm fixing this right now. Living room, I won't share the streamer just because I want to respect him, but it is something like in the back of my mind that I do note. Living room PC said, I like it when people have passion. It motivates me to work on projects. W streamer, thank you, man. Appreciate it. XLI said, totally agree, Kenny. This is the best ADHD med. ADHD med. Yeah, when we get into push-ups, I mean, come on, guys. Man, I love hanging out with you guys. That's all I gotta say, man. Let's just keep grinding. We're making progress. Yeah, it's a whole vibe, Kenny. Let's go. All right, is this working? Come on. It's saying that it needs to essentially add the options response to the CloudFront distribution, so we'll see if that we get that working. All right. All right, let's restart it. DW said, there's something to having someone creating and doing what you should be doing and using that for motivation to not be lazy. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. What the heck? Yeah. Yeah, DW. And that's helpful feedback for me too, right? Because it's like, hey, that gives me a good perspective. I'm like, okay, this is what, you know, the community is being built around, is this concept, right? So I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm living up to that, right? It is still not allowing me to download this. B. Byron said, would you use a tool to auto-dub your voice live in other languages? Is that a thing? I mean, I need a... I'm trying to go worldwide here, guys. This is still failing. Diagnose why. I mean, does it work in production? So I think that's a good question, right? Playground, job history. Alright, so it doesn't work in production either. Alright, it says it's potentially a browser caching issue. Alright, so let me find, where's that other... Pong, how's it going? What's up? All right, it says it's 100%. It says that it's working. It thinks it's a caching error at this point, so let's try that. Let's if I can find the one incognito browser hiding on my computer somewhere. Oh, there it is. I got it. Found it. All right. Let me just go straight to 3003 actually. XLI said, bro will be a military drum boy in the 1800s leading us into battle. Yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, I did read like a, you know, I was reading this book, right? I actually am just finishing it. And it's called The 50th Law by Robert Greene. And it's a very interesting book because, you know, it talks a lot about being fearless and being bold and just context, you know, concepts that I believe in personally. And, you know, this book was essentially talking about how, you know, the best leaders lead from the front of the battle. They lead people into battle. And, you know, because the book's about being bold and being fearless and, you know, XYZ, you know, it also, you know, has a lot about, you know, those concepts of leadership, right? And it was interesting to read about that because it's like, hey, you know, if you're a leader and you're like hanging out at the back of the, okay, finally this did download. So it looks like it was a caching issue. So, you know what I don't understand though, is that when I was downloading, like watch this. So this is gonna fail, right? So if this one fails to download, right? But then watch this. If I go to the AI agents, right? Let's see if that, oh wait, I'm in production there. Hold up. So watch this. So then if I go over here and I go to agent runs, which that's now working, and I go here and I download here, that's going to be able to download. So I must be using a different mechanism for downloading because, you know, on this one it downloads just fine, right? But then on the other one it doesn't. And usually with errors like this, I think it's a good thing to use cursor. And I'll show you guys why. So I'll just pull this up. So cursor, the best part about cursor is the drag and drop for files. And what you can do is you can toggle the right sidebar. And here, it's kind of hidden because by default it shows the GitHub commits. But here's your files. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the playground page. And I'm going to just say, in this file here, it uses a util to download the images. Oh wait, no. Wait, hold up. That should be the agent. So I can do the agent run page there. So I can see agents, agent run, right there. Yeah. This util works perfectly. I want you to now look at the playground page and update the playground page to use this same mechanism for downloading the images. Or other content like the videos as well. And is that the playground TSX file? And yep, okay, perfect. Just confirm that those are both a good file. And this, I'll just use Claude 4.5 Sonnet, send that off, and we'll see if this works. I think it should work though. But yeah, so back to what I was saying essentially about this book that I'm reading. And that's, again, like somebody asked earlier about just like how I deal with burnout. And I will say that, you know, keeping my mind, you know, fresh with new ideas and new concepts is helpful for me when talking about burnout. But, you know, I think that whenever you are, you know, trying to do something, there's a level of boldness that you need to have, right? And, you know, last night I was reading and it was essentially talking about this concept of, how your personality, like you start out, right? And everybody starts out as a kid and you're like, you grow this personality just by like your experiences, right? Like depending on, you know, who your parents were or who your siblings were, they kind of like, the people that were in your life, it's kind of like that nurture, right? You were nurtured into the person that you are. But essentially, it was talking about how you can like totally break the mold of your personality by stopping like worrying about the opinions of other people, and really just actually like letting your spirit do the driving, right? When I say like spirit, I just mean like your true personality, like, right, like who you are at the end of the day. So I think that's like very, very important, and definitely something that I personally did find very interesting for sure. All right, so let's see if this is able to update. So it was the media modal. So it's updating the media modal to essentially use that same mechanism. And we'll see here if that actually works. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so, by the way. Yeah, VFR Kenny, like, even, like, it's hard to completely, I don't even know if it's possible to completely, like, not care at all about the opinions of other people, you know? That's the one thing that you have to ask yourself. It's like, all right, like, is that even achievable, right? Like, is that, you know, I'm not sure. But I think that you definitely can get better at it, right? It's like, Factify Shorts official said, hey, I'm building a SaaS at 15. Any tips on how to market? Yeah, I mean, I think that just generating content, putting it out there. Honestly, we haven't really figured out the marketing part yet, so I can't like really give you a solid part. But guys, we're gonna figure that part out too, and I'll have better, you know, opinions on that. Factory Shorts. Dinu said, what wise words, bro? Thank you. All right, let's go to Playground, go back to job history, and now let's try download, see if it, yeah, it's not using. I am still getting all sorts of errors when downloading images in the Playground, but I don't get any errors when downloading images from the agent runs. Identify the actual source of this and fix the error so that in the Playground I'm easily able to download images just like I am able to do in the agent run page. And then let's use a different model. Let's use Grok Code. Grok Code here. Thanks, Warren. Factify said, thanks, man. This series is very inspirational. I've been tuning in every day. Factory Shorts. Well, it's nice to finally meet you. Thank you. Yeah, I know that there's probably like a lot of people in chat that, or I guess that watch and don't necessarily engage in chat. So for those of you out there that do that, that's okay too. You know, I appreciate you for just being here and engaging in the community as well. Yeah, almost 50 likes, guys. Let's go. All right. All right, let's go back to agent runs, make sure that we didn't break that functionality. All right, so that works. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? That works perfectly. Thank you, Factify. Yeah, Factify said I barely engaged in chat, but I know that it supports the creator, so I'm starting to chat now. Thank you. All right, 49 likes, one more. Noobzem. Shout out Noobzem. Let's go. XLI said you cannot care about other opinions at all, and at that point, you would be detached from reality. You need a balance, and that will be very different on what you are doing. That's very true. You know, it's like important to kind of have a balance of, like, for example, and even this is my perspective too, because as somebody that is now doing this, right, I am starting to receive like hate, right? Like actual hate. Like I had like a Instagram DM yesterday, right? And I'm just gonna read this to you guys because I think it's hilarious. So I want to read this out loud to you guys, all right? This is a DM that I actually got from somebody random, right? All right, I'm gonna read this to you. Oh my gosh, I think he deleted it. Wait, no, we're good. All right, I still have it. All right, listen to this, guys. All right, so this guy said, your content is effing terrible, you're going nowhere, and your knowledge about AI is so little, right? This is what this guy said. And I mean, I think it's like kind of funny. And, you know, that's what I'm starting to receive. And, you know, I've gotten some hate, and how I've responded is I've just like sent the man in the arena. I don't know if you guys saw it in the Discord, but I even had like somebody that was, okay, that was different there. Opened a new tab. It's opening it in a new tab, which is not correct. Why is this happening? Why is it working on the agent's run page, but not the playground page? You should just easily be able to review how it works in the agent run page and what util it's using, and then integrate the same functionality into the playground. Overkill said, do you plan to change up the UI after the project functionality is done? Yeah, once I bring on more and better programmers, I'll probably, you know, like in terms of like UI and UX, I'll probably change up the UI. Yeah, W community, let's go. 55 likes, let's go. Let's go, guys. I mean, this should be a simple error to fix because we do have it working somewhere else in the code base, so it doesn't make any sense. Do I think that Claude is better than Cursor? I mean, it's like different, right? It's like IDE versus, you know, not IDE, and I do think that the IDE has different like things that are better. Yeah, XLI said, F them. I know you got it. Don't let it get to you. Yeah, I think like, yeah, I mean, from my perspective, and this is actually the point that I was going to make there, is that, you know, just from reading books and stuff, it can give you some really good perspectives. And the perspective that I was talking about, which is kind of when I brought up that example, is it said, you know, you can't let that bother you too much, right? But then you also can't let the optimism like inflate you, if that makes sense. So it was essentially like kind of giving both sides of the equation, where it's like, hey, you can't let the hate get you down, right? But then you also can't let the encouragement pump you up too much. Like, you have to be genuinely rooted in who you are as a person, right? So I think that, you know, when talking about this and just this concept and this point that I'm trying to make is, why is that still redirecting? It's so annoying. You know, the point that I'm trying to make is, you have to be okay and solid and have a firm foundation in who you are and be unfazed by any of that garbage, you know? Okay, now this one isn't working. Oh my gosh. Wait, no, I clicked the wrong button. Wait, no, I didn't. All right, let's see here. All right, let's revert. And then let's use Claude for Sonnet 1M. Let's use GPT-5 high fast, the max. Nah. Okay. Danush said, hate will always be there. You got it, bro. Thank you, Danush. Thanks, Factify. One benchmark test I think they should have for coding models is platform migration test, like switching an existing Vite project to Next.js. I've not seen a model that can do this in one shot. That's actually a pretty valid point. David said, when are you planning on getting more customers? The product already looks good. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, with what we're doing, you know, the product does looks good, right? There's a lot of issues with it that I'm working on every day, and essentially, I do have to fix these issues that we had when we did this refactor, and then I'm also going to be like starting to do the organic, and then essentially like next week, once we get this UGC stuff built, you know, we'll be able to actually get this set up. So if I go to ViewCreator, you know, I have these shorts that I've been posting. This one got 1,000, this one got 1.8, 1.6, 1.1, and I'm going to start really pushing a lot of content organically. And then I'm going to enroll, you know, internal UGC programs as well as UGC programs to build this organically, because also I think that's going to give you guys a lot better perspective, because I know that a lot of people watching don't have huge marketing budgets. And, you know, something that I'll say is that when I did Bright Choice, we were spending about $3,500 a week on the paid advertisement campaigns, and they were not returning on their investment. And I think that, you know, when I initially kind of sought this out and was thinking about this, I kind of saw, for example, that paid ads like on TikTok and stuff may not be the way to go. Like a paid ad is a paid ad. You spend money on it, people see it, but couldn't you just post that organically and it could potentially have, you know, a similar effect? If you guys know what I'm saying, like you could get a viral post, you know, just from posting something organically for free, if that makes sense. Fooled by Primes, what's up, man? Also, XLI said, the key is humility, be humble, and that will bring a lot of clarity. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so download works there. And then if I go to the playground, let's see if GB5 Max did figure this out. Failed to download. What is causing this? Fooled by Prime said, back from brunch. Good to see all you home dogs are still in the trenches. Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's go. Shout out to Fooled by Primes. Well said. I am still getting this error in the playground page, and I don't understand why this one's getting blocked by the course policy and the other one is not. For example, on the agent run page, I'm able to download stuff perfectly, but then on the playground page, it's getting blocked by cores, and I just don't understand why that's happening. So please review this in depth and figure out what is happening here. What's the cause of this? All right, sorry, chat's going crazy. Danu said he gave a shout out to, man, YouTube needs to fix this username problem. He said you've completely got it. So frustrating. Yeah. Linux said, hope chat is doing well. Vibing, the grind never stops. Let's go, Linux. Shout out to Linux. He said, like and sub if you haven't not yet, folks. It really helps. Also, Discord is pinned above. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already liked and subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Join the BridgeMind community. Join the Discord. This is one. I don't think there's anybody else on the internet that's doing it like this right now. That's just truly focused on a mission and grinding away. So if you guys want to join the community, it's totally free to join. And like, let's just, build something great, right? I see some memes in the Discord right now. That's hilarious. Look at this meme. It says, a Fortnite kid touches grass. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is in the Discord. This is what happens when a Fortnite kid touches grass, apparently. It's funny. Shout out to Reaper. That's funny. Alright. Okay, Fooled by Prime said, if aliens invade New Jersey, I'd be like, okay, nah, excuse me, well said, go work on my code. Yeah, facts. El Ciosco asked, how long are you streaming today? Not sure. King of Agario, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, the usernames are all messed up, but it's good to see you, man. Yeah, not sure how long I'm gonna be streaming, but right now I'm chilling. I guess I've been going for like 3 hours, but it feels like not 3 hours. Also, this song's fire. I mean, I'm just vibing, guys. I'm just having a good time. Like, I genuinely am just having a good time. Okay, Overkill. Okay, that's better. Overkill asks, do you recommend having a co-founder? I mean, that's a good question. It depends on the co-founder, right? It's like having a partner can be the worst thing ever, and having a partner can also be great. Depends on your financing situation. Depends on what project you're building. Depends on a lot of different things. So, bug charge, what do you mean? I mean, for me personally, I would not recommend it. Unless the person is genuinely gonna compound you, right? It's like, XLI just made a good point. He said, you need a partner equally motivated and passionate, and it's hard to find your match. Yep. That's well said. Yeah. Yeah. Jose, what's up, man? How's it going? Yeah, I think that, you know, if you, that's actually, yeah, it's really well said by XLI. So, you know, I think that if you don't have somebody that's working as hard as you are ultimately probably going to resent them. You're probably going to resent them because they have equity in your company, they have a place at the table, yet they're not working as hard as you. And I think that can be difficult. Make a tool to find co-founders. Not a bad idea. Hey, Jose, congratulations, man. That's freaking sick. Jose said that he's starting marketing today. Apple finally approved my app. That's freaking awesome, man. All right, so this just... Fix the dialogue content errors that you're seeing. Oh, guys, I want to share something with you guys as well, because I was thinking about it last night, and I want to talk about it. So, yeah, base 44 was solo, which is nuts. So, okay, so get this, guys. So last night I was, you know, basically yesterday I took the day off because I had to manage essentially everything that's going on with school, right? So I had some time to take the day off and just really spend some time thinking, right? And I was walking in the park, and I was actually thinking back to my last startup, which was, as you guys know, Bright Choice. And I was thinking about Bright Choice and how far along I was with Bright Choice 3 months into Bright Choice. Because essentially BridgeMind, I started BridgeMind and started like actually pursuing it on August 1st. So we're about, like, technically we're a little bit under 3 months into, we're coming up, like next week will be the 3-month mark on BridgeMind, right? And I was looking back and remembering what Bright Choice looked like 3 months into it. And I actually felt very, very encouraged because Bright Choice, when I was 3 months into Bright Choice, I was like, didn't even have an MVP anywhere close to being done. It was still like another 3 months out. And, you know, that gave me a lot of encouragement because, you know, with where we're at, we've made so much progress, even with the ViewCreator project. I mean, we can go back. It started on day 20, so you can go back and look and, like, what day was day 20? Was it, like, early September, like September 10th or something like that? Because I was doing the school stuff. But, you know, for only having been doing this and working on this for 6 weeks, I mean, truly, guys, I was feeling very, very encouraged with where we're at, so... Yeah, non-technicals need technical co-founders, yeah. All right. So we just have this issue where this is still failing to download. It's kind of upsetting. That's all right. We'll get it figured out. XLI asked a good question. He said, what do you think you did differently between Bright Choice and now? So first thing is definitely the AI agents are better, right? When I was doing Bright Choice, I wasn't able to, I didn't have access to the tools that we have today, 100%. Also, with ViewCreator and BridgeMind, I actually have the technical knowledge and know-how. Like when I was doing Bright Choice, I actually had to teach myself how to use like AWS and stuff. And so like I just have a couple advantages there. Wait, hold up. I'll answer that more in a second. This is my AWS stuff just came back. Alright, so it says that this should work now. May need to wait a second, but let's see if it actually does work. Hey, let's go! GPT-5 iFast for the win. Let's freaking go. Alright, so XL, I don't know if that answered your question, but yeah, I would say that, that would be a big thing. Yeah. David, so he said, bro, this is a great product, but you need some twist to make it marketable. There are many similar products. Yeah, so I have a vision, and I think, like, as the entrepreneur in the driver's seat on this, we're not stopping here, guys. I have a long-term vision for this project, and I'm in no rush to, really be like, I have to do it now. Like, we're playing a long-term game, right? And I think that's the best part about what you guys are watching is you're not watching me create a to-do list app and then launch it the next week and try and like pump it, right? Like you guys are seeing something that I genuinely have a passion for that I'm going to be working on for a while, right? And it's going to turn and I'm going to make pivots and I'm going to make changes and I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to make it in front of all you guys. And that's the risk that I have to take just in terms of like, hey, I'm taking a risk of doing that, right? But I think that we'll be able to get this done. I really do. But yeah, we'll figure out the marketing. I do agree with you. We're going to have to figure the marketing out. I do think that we are going to get it figured out. So this here, does this one have the image? For example, this one have the image? Let's just drop it in. Because this would be a carousel slide. So let's just switch back to Nano Banana. Try this. Try this plane. Also, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And join the Discord if you haven't already. Alright. So here is what it created. And note that this is essentially just an example, right? So we can do that. That's fine. Let's go to generate another. And now let's essentially go to this next one. And we'll do this, right? So we'll generate another one. Oh wow, look at this one. This one's kind of cool. I mean, it's like this is what we're experiencing in the world of AI. Like, look at how bad the text is on this. Text is really bad on it. On this one, emphasize simplicity because it made some pretty bad mistakes. And it did like a bunch of misspellings and the text looked terrible. Make sure you add something into the prompt to make sure that that is fixed. $60 likes. Let's go, guys. Thank you for the support. Let's get it. Geez, 102 people online in the Discord. That is insane. I don't know if Linux is watching right now, but Linux has essentially been here since day one, and he essentially just volunteered to be the first moderator, and he basically like really stuck around. And you know, I don't know if Linux is here, but I remember when, you know, there was like 10 people active, and that was like the max, you know. And now there's just 102 people online in the BridgeMind Discord, which is just insane. Yeah, no, it's terrible. Alright, so let's use Nano Banana Edit, right? But let's just drop this in. Linux, let's go. Linux said that he's always here, almost. Yeah, we're vibing. But yeah, it's just like kind of cool to see that progress. And the thing about, you know, so I was actually having another conversation with another one of my professors, great guy. And I was just mentioning and sharing with him about, you know, the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur are pretty intense, right? Like they are, now create the slide for step 3. It's from like, Overkill. It's from like any revenue that BridgeMind generates is going to go in the revenue. And like I said, at the end of the month, my plan is that I want to actually share with you guys like the QuickBooks, so that I can show you essentially where we're making money and then where we're losing money, and how much we lost that month, or like how much we lost that quarter. And that's something that I definitely want to share with you guys for sure. Here, let's pull up Cursor real quick because I want to do something else here. So this modal, do you guys see how nice this looks? This is like a really nice modal, right? And I want to show you guys like how bad another modal in the app, like look at this modal, right? It's like, whoa. You know, you're like, that looks terrible, right? So something cool is that if that's the agent run ID page, yes. So we can drag and drop that. Update this page to use the modal that you see used in the playground for reviewing media. And then we can just drop in the playground page. Yeah, there we go. So this should now update. We'll come back to that in a second. But now something I want to try is I actually want to try creating an agent. So let's go to create agent. And we're just going to call this... Whoa, what just happened there? So let's do create agent. We're going to call this the ViewCreator Instagram agent. All right. ViewCreator Instagram agent. This agent creates carousels and slide posts for Instagram. Let's just do create slide posts. See ya, Danush. Thanks for hanging out. All right, so let's now go to, we'll do create a description. Create a simple description that outlines, or let's do, has a hook and then outlines 3 things that users can do to make their content get more views, or to essentially like get more views, clicks, and likes essentially on their Instagram content. All right, so instructions: create a simple description that has a hook and then outlines 3 things that users can do to make their content get more views, or essentially get more views, creates likes and likes on their Instagram content. Then use hashtags related to it. So for example, hashtag content creator, hashtag go viral, or anything else that you can come up with. Use at least 5 hashtags. All right, do that. And then we'll do like create image, right? So this will be the first image. Create a, what's it called? It's like a I feel like there's a word for it. Create a hook image. Hook image that hooks the viewer. Oh, there needs to be the ability to add in images as a reference, obviously. All right, so we'll come back to this. All right, so let's go back to that agent run page and see if it did properly update to use the correct let's go. Did. Nice. All right, looks good. I'm going to create a demo video for this tomorrow morning and release it tomorrow morning on the ViewCreator, and I'm going to chop it up into a bunch of shorts because I think this agentic functionality is going to be a super big, like, that's like such a demoable feature, you know, to be able to run an agent. All right, guys, so it is 2 p.m., so I do need to wrap up the stream here just so I can do a couple things on my end. I'm going to be working a lot off stream today, but, I mean, I'm super excited. Just as a reminder, the BridgeMind Hackathon, you can go to bridgemind.ai, join now. $500 in prizes. It's starting on November 3rd. You can click View Leaderboard. Let's see how many people. So 12 people have already enrolled because I'm at the top here saying good luck, everyone. But if you have not already joined and you'd be interested in joining that, make sure you do. All you need to do is join the BridgeMind Discord and be basically just drop your Discord username here and we'll be able to do that. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be grinding off stream just on another associated project and other things that I need to do that I'll be doing off stream. But have a great rest of your day. Keep on grinding, guys. I know